Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're gonna go do two things, and the first thing is we're gonna focus on our um, focus to make a blog or kinda. Hmm. Let's include our let's include our app. So import. This is right. Okay. Great. Awesome. So yeah, let's start. So let's create an H1. Let's say hello world. Let's see if everything works. Okay. Let's work on our text size first. So let's say class name text is 64 pixels. So we know that works. Okay, great. Now let's work on the next thing. We're gonna make a block. So let's create a section, and the section is gonna have a data attribute of block section. Then on the next one, we want to contain some images, but we also want to have them clickable. So we're gonna say a images times 3. Okay, so we have this one. This is the wrong one. We have to wrap this around. So let's do this one. And let's do this one. Okay, save. Now we have 3 of those clickable. So for each, I want to first do this one. And let's create one of these images that we have here. So uh, all of them will be have be JPEG. And I want to start with Havanese dog. Okay. And let's also do the other one. So let's click here. And the second one is going to be woman sport. And the third one is going to be um, iceberg Greenland. Greenland. Okay. And we actually have a fourth one, so let's actually do that. So instead of the Greenland, we want to say wolf on beach. So let's go here, wolf on beach. Okay. So because we are in a section, we want to do something with the images. So let's go to all the images here, and let's say class name. I'm gonna say aspect square. I'm gonna say object fit cover, and we're also gonna say the width of 150 pixels. So they're all the same. Now in this one, I want to say um, I want to say flex row. I don't have to do flex row because automatically it's flex row, but I would just do it in a sake because it's here. And let me think. Flex row, gap 6, and a padding of 6 everywhere, which is 24 pixels. So we have them here. Now we can say item center if you want to, and justify center. So, let's not do justify center to be honest. Justify, I said between, I want to say center, like this. So every block will be clickable. So this is our block here. Now let's go to the block page. And this is our static block. Now we want to start the blog page. Oh, okay. We're gonna call this blog page and rename this to blog page. Okay. Let me see if the naming is right. 3 problems in this file. That's because of this one. Okay. Is there any data attributes we need to use here? I don't think so. We can use it, but I don't see why we should use it here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna say const slug, and the slug is going to be window location path name, and we're gonna split the tag here, and we're gonna pop that so we don't have that issue after the URL. Okay, so when we go here and we go to the blog, we don't have a double slash. That's basically what we're doing. The second thing what we want to do here is we want to make a blog const blog page, and we want to filter the blog, so static blog.filter, and we want to say data, and this data of the blog, we want to say that the item slug um, cannot be equal to slug. Item slug, data slug cannot be the same as a slug, so we have a blog page. So they cannot be the exact same page. Let's try to render that. So instead of this div, what I want to do is create a fragment. These are fragments. Then I want to say section, and I'm gonna say data blog page slug. Okay, and let's do a class name for both of these. So we say class name. We actually want to have the same class names as the other ones, so let's go here. That's going to be this one. Okay, let's go back and let's paste. Okay, so we don't want to. Do we want to map over? We have to think about that. Yeah, we want to do that. So blog page dot map. What the hell is it doing? I'm just saying blog page. This one, not this one. Page. Okay. Dot map. I'm gonna say item. Let's open that and let's return it immediately, so we don't forget that. And what we want to return is a couple of things. We want to start with the image, and the image should be starting with the slash, and then we can open it, and then we're gonna say item dot image, and here we're gonna say item dot alt. Okay, so this is what I want. Now I also want a couple of other things. I want to have, so annoying. Give me a second. Okay, we want to have some text, so we're gonna say item dot text. Open up these fragments. And we also forgot to, because we're mapping, I'm not sure we have to map, but we'll see about it later. Key is item.id. And this is what I want for my block. Is there anything else what I want to have? Let me think about it. Um, I'm saying that it's not equal. This should be equal because then we get the slug here. Let's go to a normal page, to our app, and here we're gonna say const path is window location path name, and then we're gonna say path if path contains block, then return the block page. Okay. Contains doesn't work. Contains doesn't start. Oh yeah, because it's string. Includes. Sorry about that. Includes. Then we return the block page. So let's see if it works. Let's see it for one. Instead of this one, we want to say block, block, and we want to say Havanese dog. That works. Okay, let's go to our blog page. We have to do some of them. Give me a second. Um, aspect square ratio here. We're gonna do that as a class name. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to the app here. Not to the app. Let's go to the blog page here. And I'm not sure why the image is not centered. There's something wrong here. Just can't see it for now. Let's continue. Why is it doing that? Let's go. Okay. It should center. I'm not sure if I actually have to, what am I rendering for? I'm only displaying one item. So this can actually be removed. Uh, so instead of the item, we can say block page, I think. It doesn't exist. I'm not sure about this. But yeah, let's continue. We also want to say related post const posts is static block filter, but then we want to do the opposite. So it doesn't display the block where we currently are now, but it displays all the other blocks. So we're just gonna say posts, and we want to create a section here. I want to say class name, flex, flex row. Why am I creating a gap or something like that? I'm not sure what's going on here. Okay. Flex row width 150 pixels. Square. Remove the text. And I said flex row, but it's not wrapped yet. So let's go here. And we're gonna say P6 gap 6. Okay. And I'm just gonna say related post. Related posts. Okay. margin top of 10 on sir. Okay, whatever. Mm, okay. Okay. Let's create a button on top. Yeah, button back. Yeah, button back. Class name P6. Width 100 pixels. Height 60 pixels. Okay, and then background would be Amber 500, and text would be white. Text like 3XL, and text white. I'm not sure why it's centered automatically. Whatever. And const return. This is going to be a function. What's the problem? Const home, and mm, mm, const path location was location path name, and what I also want to do is not make it too difficult. Let's make it an href. I don't feel thinking about this stuff at night. Let's do href. Let's do block. Okay. href. Okay. So in this page, let's actually make a testimonial. Let's see if we can create it from a static block. Let me see where is this? It's on each individual page. Okay, so let's start creating. We need to have a next button. We need to have a back button. We need to have a new state where we can track the index and set the index. Um, we need to have a container card, and we need to have content. And let me think. I think that's it. Let's start. Const next is going to be this one. Let's create a new state. So use state. Okay, so that's entered. And let's do const index set index is use state, and this is going to start with a 0 because it's a number. And here what we want to do, we want to say the set index, and we want to say Proficius, and then we're gonna say Proficius plus one. Proficius plus one. Let's do that in parentheses. Yeah. Modular divided by not using the insert. Let me see. Modular divided by the static block dot length. Okay. Now we're gonna create almost the same for the back button. So let's go to back. And instead of that, we want to say -1 plus the length divided. So just not testimonial static block dot length. Okay, we have set the states. Now we can start making a testimonial. So testimonial. Okay. So the first thing we need to start is just having a section that holds the data testimonial holder section. Okay. And inside of this, I want to have a div, and this is going to be a data uh, uh, testimonial container. Okay. So this is the container. We need some styles, obviously. Inside of that, we want to say data testimonial monial card. And inside of here, we want to say data testimonial content. So we have that. So here, let's define a class name, flex, um, flex call, and items center, justify center. So it's just everything in between, no worries. Okay, so let's start here, border 1, and we want to have a width of 300 pixels. Okay, there's no content inside of it. I'm gonna say MX auto. Okay, that looks good. Awesome. So MX auto border 1 300 pixels. How do we want the card to look like? Um, we want the card to have a width of 250 pixels actually. Not sure if I'm doing it right, but I'm assuming the width is 250 pixels and the height is like 300 pixels. I'm not sure. Okay, and here we want to say rounded pixels, so we're making it a little bit cooler, and we want to have like a padding of 2. Well, let's do 4. So there's some spacing in between, and then we can, for example, do a card. So let's start with one card first, and then we're gonna switch around later. So we're gonna say Havanese dog dot JPEG. Okay, I don't see anything. Havanese dog dot JPEG, and all this is gonna be Havanese dog. Okay, so we have a little bit of an issue here. Let me see. I think this div can actually disappear because we already have the card. Let's see. Okay, Havanese dog dot JPEG. Havanese dog dot JPEG. Okay. Well, in that case, let's then keep the. I see. Okay, but at least we have something, right? Let's go here. Let's say the P, and the P is going to be um, the slug, right? So we're just gonna say we're gonna make it static first, and then having this dog. Okay, that's below it. I see that the image is not full, so I'm gonna say width full. Let's see. Okay, let's do it on the image then. Give me a second. Class name. We're gonna say width full. Let's see. Hmm. How about aspect square object fit cover? No, let's do video actually. Video. Okay, and let's do this one as well. Okay, and the width is a little bit too big on this side, so we don't need to do this. So, okay, that's better. Let's make the text a little bit bigger. So text is going to be 24 pixels. Okay, Japanese dog. And on top of that, I want to have yeah, I want to have hello, this is a testimonial. Okay, let's make it a little bit bigger. Text base. Okay, text medium. Okay, text large maybe. Okay, text XL. Okay, let's create some padding. So padding 2. Hello, this is a testimonial. Great. And we want to go. So we have a div here. We want to go one div below and want to create 2 buttons. So let's do class name. Let's do back. We want to outside of that. Outside of that. Okay. We want to create the same button what we have on top. Same stuff. Okay. Awesome. This is back. And this one is not back. This one is next. Let's create a div here and it's called data button container. Okay. Awesome. Let's create a just little flex and gap 6. Okay. And let's create some margin top of 4. Okay. Now both of them on click and acts like I don't exist. Okay. On click. And this on click is going to have back and the other one is going to be next. Let's see. Let's also create cursor pointer. Okay. Um, Let me think what's missing here. This is static. That is what's missing here. So let's create the static image. It can go. We can say static block dot image. What's wrong with this? Nothing. Image doesn't exist. Static block, it does. Oh yeah, I have to use the. I have to use that somewhere. Uh, I have to think about that for a second. The length is 4. Okay, but if that is not working, then this should work. Doesn't. It doesn't exist. It does exist. Here. Mm, should I map then? Okay. I think I should map. That's fine. Uh, uh, Yeah, I shouldn't do that. It doesn't make any sense. Now I see it, right? This is because of TypeScript. I'm not sure. It says undefined. Let's try this one then. Static block dot alt. Okay, this one also disappeared. I'm not sure if it's TypeScript, but let's do that then. Type static block ID is a number. Slug is string. Text is string. Image is string. Alt is string. Okay. Okay. We have that done. So the only thing we need to fix is this one. That we can display the post. This one. Um, Let me create this one. It's gonna break other stuff, but I just wanna see what happens. So it's gonna break that one, but let's see what it does for this. Okay, now we know. Awesome. So the only thing we need to do is render this stuff, and they were finished. Let's see what's happening here. Undefined. Get source HTTP. Oh, it renders an HTTP. Why would it ever do that? It's a bit weird. Mm, and we also have a problem with the stack, I think, then. An empty string was passed to source where the miscause the browser to download the whole page. Okay. Alt is nothing. Source is undefined. How do we solve this problem? Something with index maybe? We solved it yesterday, but I forgot. Mm, I'm thinking what we should do here. I'm not sure. Um, it's technically not wrong, but we have a syntax issue. We haven't put any stuff into the index, so there's no handler behind this. This could have been a good idea, to be honest. Hmm. I am really stuck here because I forgot how to do that part. Yeah, my eye is itching. This could all be. Why is it not working? What the hell is it doing? Hmm. Maybe we should set it like a true factor, right? And then, no, I give up. Let me let me. We did very well. We came very close. We came very close. That's fine. Okay. So it's time for the answer. What will be the answer be? Let's see. There's a couple of issues. Hmm. Optional improvements. We don't want to do this. We don't want to do this. Maybe we want to do this. So it says to use index instead. So we want to have the value. Let's see if that fixes it. Okay. kinda. Okay. There's another way of solving this. Let me see how I did it previously. But this is also a good way. Uh, multi-step, write in TypeScript. Uh, dynamic blog page. Console orchestration, multi-step. Let me see. Writing TypeScript. No, that's not this one. Function optimization tips. Oh yeah, here. Ah, yes, of course. Yeah. Okay, this is what we have forgot. This line is very important. So we don't have to deal with the other stuff. But this is also a way. So we get the yeah, okay. Very good. Now let's study the okay. Let's check what we did before. Okay. Also good. Okay, let's see how we solved that last time without use ref. Okay, we said um, I didn't like this. What other solutions do you have? Okay, so we have a couple of issues. I think this is the best one. But let's scroll up just in case. Schedule next without extra state. Yeah, we can do that, but I don't want this. Don't set interval when paused. Autoplay everything. Clean up amount states. Runs or play pause states change. Yes, but this is missing the infinite loop. So this is not prevent multiple infos. I think this is the best solution. But then you need to use ref. Yeah, this is the best solution here. So let me see how it uses the ref here. So other refs here, no, only the ref is used in the. Okay, let's see. Let's check it out. Oh, I forgot I need to do that on top. Yeah, here. So in here. Okay. It's not used yet, and we don't have the ref initialized and the use effect. So let's do the both. Comma. Okay. We need to set the ref to null first. We can set that here. Okay. Great. Now we have to use the play buttons. So I think it's this one. Copy. And let's see if that works. We haven't tested it out yet. Save. Okay. Play. Okay, let's interfere. Okay, it doesn't matter. Let's pause. Okay, let's play. Okay, that works pretty well. Very happy about the result. Okay, let's do the autoplay then. Pause. Um, so we need a ref, and then we say if the run is current, return. Else, interrupt current is set interval. Okay, that's the autoplay. If interval ref is current, clear the interval current and set it to null. So it's kind of a cleanup stuff. Notice that I haven't used a use effect here. So that is pretty awesome. Okay, what is this? It's not assignable to type no. Yes it is. Type number is not assignable to type no. Oh well. Okay. I'm very happy about this result. Um, there are some bug fixes, obviously. Let's see if it also renders here. That's good. That's also good. Yeah. So that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment if you want to see me make it 6 on today in 7 years. And I'll see you until the next one.